Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football review for round 16 of the NRL. Hope you guys are doing well. We just saw the Melbourne Storm absolutely pump the Newcastle Knights down there at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. 46 points to nil, and I've got to say it was one of the worst games on football I've watched all season. It was very boring, very slow. The last 5 minutes of the game felt like it went on forever. There was about two captain's challenges, and it just went on and on forever. But if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and make sure you guys like the video. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. But as always, we'll get into the game, and if you can call it a game, it was a very one-sided game of footy, and it wasn't really a good game of footy to watch. And it all started off there in the 6th minute. Josh Addo-Carr scoring the first try of the game, a kick downfield from Cameron Munster on tackle 2 or 3, one of the two anyway. Addo-Carr scores first. Melbourne go back to a 6-0 lead early on, and then in the 9th minute, Felice Kafusi gets away with a dangerous legs tackle on Lachlan Lamb. No penalty to the Roosters. Melbourne seem to get away with all this crap, cheap shots, and Russell in the ruck as always. So I thought that was a bit ridiculous. But anyway, we move on. In the 15th minute, Melbourne Storm get a penalty goal for a strip. Nico Hines converts the penalty goal. Melbourne go out to an 8-0 lead in 15 minutes or so. And then in the 24th minute, the Roosters put a kick in downfield on the last tackle, and for some reason, Nico Hines just decided to let the ball bounce, and then the ball bounced his way, and he was away downfield, and James Tedesco, probably one of the laziest attempts to stop a play from making a break that I've seen from him all year. It was absolutely shocking. I don't know what on earth Tedesco was doing there, but it was a very soft try conceded. So Hines goes over for a try for the Storm. Melbourne go out to a 14-0 lead after that. And then in the 28th minute, Cameron Munster throws a short ball to Kenny Bromwich. Nico Hines converts the... he converts... Oh, no, hang on. No. Munster short ball to Finucane. Yep. Hines missed a kick next to the post. Pretty embarrassing miss, to be honest. Melbourne 18-0. And then in the 31st minute, Munster short ball to Kenny Bromwich. He scores out wide on the left side. Melbourne 24-0 after 31 minutes. The game was pretty much over at this stage. I didn't see the Roosters threatening the Storm to make any sort of comeback at that stage. And then just to really hurt the Roosters, Addo-Carr scores a double. Tedesco was going for an offload. It ended up bouncing to no one. Sawali and Manu missed it, and Addo-Carr's gone. And he scores, and the Melbourne Storm at halftime lead 30 points to nil, and it was just getting really out of hand. And I'm going, well, this game's over. We'll watch the second half. We'll see if the Roosters can put up some sort of fight. And they did the complete opposite. They played the exact way they same did in the second half. It was so disappointing. And then 48th minute, Melbourne Storm, just a left side attack. Nico Hines, Justin Olam, Addo-Carr scores again. Hines misses the kick there. Melbourne 34-0. And then, probably the highlight of the night for mine, bit of a push and shove there from the Melbourne and Roosters players, and then Kafusi's about to come in and do something, and then Hargraves just runs in and tackles him on the ground, sort of says, "You stay out of it, you little shit," or something. But it was good to see Kafusi get smashed by Hargraves. But anyway, 59th minute, a nice try to Cameron Munster off a nice grab kick from Jerome Hughes. Very soft and easy try there. Well, at that stage, it was 40-0 in favour of Melbourne. And then in the 61st minute, Daniel Saluka Fafita, just a really stupid tackle, shoulder charge to the head of Cameron Munster. He goes for 10 in the bin. Surprised he wasn't sent off. It was late. It was dumb. I mean, if it had been on Kafusi, it might have been all right. But anyway, it was dumb. But I guess that's karma for Cameron Munster. You know, he's been kicking players in the ground as of late and doing a lot of stupid stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's karma for Cameron Munster there. And 71st minute, Brendan Smith scores a try from dummy half. And the Melbourne Storm win the game, 46 points to nil. It was a miserable old game of footy. There was nothing amazing. You know, the Roosters, they were really disappointing. You know, James Tedesco, I don't know why he played tonight. He looked very slow, very lethargic. He looked like he didn't want to be there tonight, Tedesco. He was really poor. A lot of the Roosters players were really poor. I've got to say, you know, When you're down 30-0 at halftime against the reigning premiers in the Melbourne Storm, you got to show some pride in the jersey and show some guts. And the Roosters, yes, they have a lot of injuries, a lot of players are out, and eventually it has to catch up to them. And I think tonight it did catch up to them, but you got to show some guts out there, put some pride in the jersey. And I think tonight the Roosters really disrespected their fans and members. And if you're a Rooster supporter tonight, you should be really upset because I thought they showed nothing tonight. The Roosters, I was really disappointed with the way they played tonight. And, it was wet and miserable conditions, but you got to play to the conditions. So, not good enough from the Roosters. Melbourne were far too good. 46 points to nil. I've got to say as well, something that's been on my mind, especially quite annoying me a little bit. The media and people all over social media are trying to say that Melbourne versus Sydney Roosters is this modern day big rivalry game. No, it's not. Don't believe in that crap for a second. It's not a rivalry game. What? That they have probably two things in common. One, Cooper Cronk left the Storm to go to the Roosters due to family reasons, which is fair enough. And number two, they've played in a couple of finals games. That's it. I mean, there's no rivalry there. There's no intense, there's no rivalry. I mean, you look at Parramatta versus Canterbury, Brisbane, North Queensland, South Sydney versus Sydney Roosters. There's a lot of big other rivalry games. Roosters versus Storm. There's no rivalry there. Roosters got bigger rivals. They've got Souths, they've got Canterbury, they've got St George. So I don't understand how people come up with this Rooster Storm rivalry. I think it's all BS. But a really, really disappointing game of footy. If you're a Melbourne fan, you're probably happy, but you can't be too happy. You played a Roosters side who have a lot of injuries, and it all finally caught up to them. Well, what I will say about the Roosters is next weekend they take on the Bulldogs at Bankwest Stadium. Roosters will have a few Origin stars out in the likes of Tedesco, Crichton. So we'll see how they go against Canterbury next week. And as for Melbourne next week, they have the bye, and then their next game is against Newcastle Knights down there in Melbourne at Amy Park in round 18. So, it wasn't a great game of footy tonight, but the Melbourne Storm far too good for the Sydney Roosters. Top three players on ground, it's very hard to say because Melbourne had a lot of really good players tonight. So, I'm going to go top three on ground tonight. I'm going to go number three. I'm going to go with Dale Finucane. I thought he had a really good game. Number two, I'm going to go with Nicho Hynes. I thought he was terrific. And number one, my man of the match, I'm going to go with Cameron Munster. I thought he played really well tonight. A lot of try assists. And I'm just having a look right here now on the NRL app. Cameron Munster, 2 try assists, 1 try. And, I thought he had a really good game tonight, Cameron Munster. So he gets my man of the match for tonight's game over the Roosters. But, guys, if you enjoyed the Thursday Night Football review, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for the Friday Night Football review between the Dragons and the Warriors, or the Warriors and the Dragons and the Panthers and the Eels. So, guys, until then, take care of yourself. Have a fantastic night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Friday Night Football review. See you then, lads.